What's going on, everybody? See, it was long.
You admitted last week you stopped it early.
Mm-hmm.
You've been stopping it early.
I didn't stop
while lying to me and telling me that it was the whole thing.
I lie. So, I mean, what you gonna do?
You hear that? Hear that, YouTube land? He is a liar. Liar.
Not the first time I've been called it. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be the last.
Like this, but you just admitted that you're a liar. So, like, obviously, it won't be the last time. People are just giving you factual shit. That's all.
But
welcome back.
But it's been a long time. You have not done your intro in a long time.
Yeah.
Go for
it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, pigeons and penguins, welcome back. We've missed you.
What was it? What? Convicted felons and non-convicted felons?
Yeah, convicted felons and
non-convicted felons.
Do's and duets.
True. Oh, hey, like we'll say this. Rob Gronkowski retired.
Oh.
There's no more Gronk.
Oh.
I saw that. Which, I mean, he's kind of young to...
They're saying that we got to give him his props. I mean,
I'm getting his props. I'm making it full size.
Oh. Don't be undoing my FBG, brother. Hey, you was an FBG hater, dog.
If I wanted to undo FBG, I would go like this.
Oh, no. That's highly wrong.
Then I would just self-promote myself. There we go.
What's up? Look at you in your picture, though, bro. Like,
I like my picture.
Look at me, I'm professional.
The thing was, that was even a picture that was all of a sudden too. So I mean, it wasn't even really like planned. It was like, hey, look up.
Who took the picture?
Twisted did. I think he did. It was whoever was taking pictures of all of that whole day.
That we just got our jersey day.
Yeah. Well, it was when everybody got their jersey. So like, if we had the jerseys for a little while now, everybody had them.
Roger that.
But
Roger that.
Oh yeah.
What you up to, bud?
I haven't been up to nothing. What have you been up to?
I've been moving some freight. Been moving the freight, holding down the freight lanes.
Oh.
Hey, Wiki. Shout out, Wiki.
Shout out to Wiki. Running those freight lanes.
I'm running them freight lanes, Wiki. I got you, bro.
Bro, I've had it's the
I don't need to get shot by the wife.
But what I'm gonna find out is I got two students that one of them drove for 25 years, left.
Here?
Not here. Interstate Transport.
Everybody interstate transports.
That's the name of the company.
Oh.
Out of Oregon.
No. Well, they're already done.
Yeah. But she did that for 25 years. And then she actually worked for Milton as well. Milton, the flatbed. Milton. Same thing.
The blue trucks, MELTON.
Yeah, out of Tulsa area. Yeah.
MELTON.
So Milton.
Is that Milton?
Sure.
MEL? That's how you pronounce that?
Milton. Yeah, Milton.
You were better off with Milton.
Hooked on phonics worked for me.
That's that great California In-N-Out burger education right there, son. It explains so much.
But yeah, I have two students. One got away from trucking, went to go work for General Mills. He actually worked for Webb Brothers. Out of Troy, I think it's out of. But
FBG.
Mm-hmm.
What up, pegs?
But had freaking their license previously, so should be pretty easy.
Should be two different things when it comes to that.
That's true. But in all actuality,
freedom is the key in that, man. I mean, like, structure is normally the thing that dooms those people. So like
in a way. But I mean, if I don't give them that much structure, so it's just like, hey, you remember how to put it in a hole?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like when you give them freedom, a lot of people make the mistake of trying to put them on the references. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, man, you can't take somebody who's got that much experience and think they can dumb down that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a level of dumbness to that. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
So it's very simple when you don't know what you're doing, but it becomes a lot more complicated when you do know what you're doing. That's why some of them struggle.
Yeah.
Some of the newbies.
I've seen
Like trying to do some shit you're not accustomed to.
That's true. But hey, we haven't done this in a while. Let's talk some paintball stuff because I've been itching, bro. I've been itching to go back out there again, man. I mean,
yeah, we was just talking about the LV2.
That's true.
The LV2 has officially dropped
and officially had issues.
Hey, so like with that being said, right? Like
Right.
having our paintball talk,
Right.
we're sponsored by nobody. We'll never be sponsored by anybody.
We're sponsored by ourselves
because we're dumb, right?
Yeah.
So nobody will ever sponsor us.
We're so close though.
But I feel like we should. I feel like we should shout out somebody to buy stuff from. So like next week we'll have to.
What?
Like if you were to buy the new LV2, which you wouldn't because you have issues, where would you buy it from?
A&S gear.
Would you?
Rory. I bought all my. I mean, I say all the other gun I bought was from A&S. I mean, would you buy it from Kickin'? Because I mean,
no,
because he really doesn't.
I've become a fan of the Lone Wolf paintball.
Really?
And I've bought quite a few things from them actually.
I've thought about buying from Lone Wolf, but everything
You know what?
that I bought has
Lone
always
Wolf-
been from A&S.
You know what Lone Wolf does better than A&S?
Not videos.
Yeah, like I think their videos are much better. They're more informative. Like I have more fun. Like Rory is kind of annoying sometimes when I'm watching his videos.
I like Rory because
he does a lot of good. He does a lot of good like maintenance videos. Like I went to a lot of his videos for maintenance stuff. And
well, even his
taking
reviews,
stuff apart
his
and
reviews on some of his new stuff, I like because it's more precise. I don't have to go searching for it, and if I click on that particular
like their
model, it's right there.
Lone Wolf is like kind of like, oh look, it's a gun. You know what I mean? Like he actually sits down, takes the gun apart,
Exactly,
goes through it, like all the dynamics. I will give his reviews of things are better.
I like it.
But Lone Wolf's shipping is way better than A&S.
I will say that. Well, okay, if you're buying something,
I ordered my hopper from them. You know what I mean? Like, and I had it in 2 days.
If
Like,
you order something expensive, if you order something expensive from A&S, it gets here really quick. So when I ordered my,
Because it took like a week for me to get my whole.
Well, when I ordered
set.
my Ether, it got here in a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I ordered my hopper, it took a while.
Yeah.
Or when I ordered something that was smaller, something that was under $200, it takes a while.
Lone Wolf does I think Lone Wolf, and we've been on Lone Wolf.
We have?
Mm-hmm. On Rate My Gear when we dipped that mask with the Rick and Morty mask.
We were on there?
Yeah, he put it up as a Rate My Gear, and they rated it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What do we get?
I think it was like a 6 or a 7. You know what I mean? Like for originality.
And that was the first time we did anything when it came to hydro dipping.
Yeah, because we did that.
Was part of the first batch.
We did that. We did that. What was it? The whatchamacallit? The Fruity Pebbles mask.
Yeah,
Fruity Pebbles mask. We'll call that.
Call it the donor mask.
Yeah, because that's where we spray painted it and we dipped it like 8 times or whatever. But the Rick and Morty one was the first official,
where we bought a sheet,
real dip thing that we did.
But that.
Well, we got like a 6 or 7, so we were on Rate My Gear once.
I gotta go in there and look at that thing.
It was a long time ago.
Well,
But, yeah,
obviously,
Twisted posted it up there. That was a Rate My Gear. They also rated his beard.
he rated his beard.
Yes, they were very impressed with his beard.
That was before the fire. Got a little small after that.
But anyway, yeah.
You been itching? Getting into paintball. I've been itching for it. I don't know if it's because it got warmer outside. If that's normally when we played. But
yeah.
I keep looking at all the gear.
I got a boo-boo now. Like, I want to play.
You had a boo-boo the last time we played.
No, like, I got a boo-boo playing last time.
Yes.
Well, no, not the last time we played, but one time prior to that.
Yeah.
I have a boo-boo going into playing this time. Like, that's a totally different conversation.
You had one too. Your shoulder.
Oh, that's a shoulder, though, dude. Like, you muscle through that. Like, my back is killing me.
I want to go see the popper. Go pop it.
What?
Pop it.
My
Go to the
back is
chiropractor.
My back is not a pimple.
Go to the chiropractor. They pop it.
That is weird. I was talking to Tennessee about that, man. Like, I am not a big get something done.
Mhm.
I'm a very big
Procrastinate.
no. Let it play itself out. I'm a very big person on that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna work whenever it's the body. It's like,
But like for muscles and this and that, like instead of like you have to learn to adapt. Like I think that was a lot of the problem with like Corona is like so many people are so used to medicating an issue that Corona was a lot worse than what it would have been. It's because you over medicate. Right? Oh, I got a little sniffle. Let me take some NyQuil. Oh, I got a little, you know what I mean? Like everybody's medicating so that you never let your immune system build. So I've always just dealt with issues, and that's why. Like I'm a very big let it figure itself out.
Because I mean, even like
unless it takes a long time, and then you go see somebody.
Whenever I got a fever, like whenever I get fevers now, I tend to let them burn. Like just let the fevers burn whatever it needs to burn out. But if it gets really bad, it's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna need to tone it down a little bit, turn the heat down.
Advil and 2 things. Like that's my like I won't even hesitate. Mm-hmm. Like that is naturally not going to get better. You know, like naturally it gets worse.
They had a study that actually came out here recently that said the natural immunity was 40% or 50% better than the getting vaccinated, which was kind of like interesting, but I mean, there was one that came out today that with vaccinations, it's estimated that it saved 20 million lives.
Who the hell said that? Where'd they get that number from?
I don't know. Apparently,
how are you gonna say somebody could have died?
Well, because I think they went based off of like 20 million people that got vaccinated.
So all 20 million of those people were going to die if they didn't get vaccinated?
Mm-hmm. I think somebody with smartness calculated something.
Look, man, I really question people's smartness.
Question people's smartness.
I do, man. At this point in time, like it is just hard to believe. Like, look, I'm not here to be against gender, whatever. Mm-mm. But look, man, either you got a pee-pee or you don't. You know what I mean? Like now you could pretend to be a girl with a pee-pee. You know what I mean? Like you have pee-pee, but I want to be girl and dress up in dresses. You can do that. That's your right. Feel free. But you're still a dude at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like biologically, like you can't.
We're in a time though that
it's weird. And people are like, hey, that dude could get pregnant. And it's like, okay, man, like you lost me. Right? Like I was good with this whole you're pretending to be a chick thing. But now you want me to pretend that you can get pregnant? No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
I think we're right now like, but I think that I really don't. I just not to say I have an opinion on the matter, but I think it's just like whatever you feel like you want to do, you want to be, freaking do it.
But they have a bunch of different genders. Like I'm not like okay, man, you're a dude or a chick.
Like, yeah, it's a new progression. So I mean, I just like let it go.
Anyway,
that's all I do. But the back to paintball. I don't know how we went from that to paintball.
He's been drinking. Pig lip.
Oh, pig lip. Yeah, he's been drinking.
Leg. LOL. He added you. He added you, Tennessee.
At Tennessee.
At Tennessee.
Oh, let's see what are we on Instagram? At Tennessee, looking paintball, painful memories.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you lose your leg in paintball game.
He's gonna come back. I didn't lose it to paintball.
Go Niner. Where are you going? You're not going anywhere.
Super Bowl. That's where we're going.
Going home early.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Jack. Yeah, that's where that's where leg
for Rona and just came down with it.
Yep.
My dad did too. He was vaccinated and vaccinated, boosted, everything like that. He ended up getting it, but it was never 100% that you weren't going to get it. It was meant to where if you did get it, that the symptoms would be a lot less severe. Like there's less of a chance of you dying from it by getting the vaccination.
At the end of the day, Trump didn't want to shut down the economy, but was forcing to shut down the economy. It was like, look, dude, I just need something that says like people are going to be okay. Hence Operation, you know what I mean? Like introduce Operation Warp Speed. You know what I mean? Like, and they just made something that was going to not guarantee, You know what I mean? Like, but not this. And like, look, man, take this thing, still 50-50.
True.
There's people that have died that have been vaccinated and boosted, and you know what I mean? Like, that's why it's just hard to trust smart people. That's how we got there.
Yeah.
It's just hard to trust smart people.
But with the new,
like, you can't say 20 million people were saved from the Rona. You know what I mean? Like, because they got vaccinated.
I think that someone else used some kind of.
Because how many people, like, I just out of curiosity, right? Like, how many people do you think got vaccinated that already had it and didn't know they had it?
Well, we have
that were immune to it. You know what I mean?
I think there's probably been a few times that I had gotten it again that I didn't know that I had it, just because the symptoms really run very closely with the sinus infection.
Right.
And I've had those like my whole dang life.
So it's very, that whole thing is a political football at this point in time.
That's true. But what's not political football is paintball.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, they did come out with the new LB2, but they had issues with it.
Yeah. I mean, anything has issues when it first comes out.
But I've never seen, that's where I kind of like Planet Eclipse on that side of it, was the fact that they pulled it as soon as, like, they had already sent out a smaller batch, like a bunch of pre-orders and everything like that, right?
Right.
They had sent all of those out, and after the what was it, the Nationals that we had just had, right, they had some issues there to where somebody, which I think is user error, but they torqued it.
Of course
they torqued the hex bolt a little bit too much, and it made the ASA and everything fall out. So they, as soon as the very next day, as soon as they got back to England, which is where Planet Eclipse is based out of.
Good night, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Australia.
Yeah.
Hello, lad.
Yeah, that's better. But they recalled it. They didn't recall the entire gun. What they said was, hey, give us your proof of purchase, give us the billing address, and they'll send you a new ASA. Which I think was really cool. Because one, that's got to be really expensive for them from a manufacturing standpoint, and from like shipping and everything like that. I think that they did really good on themselves by just doing that, because they're known for their customer service.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of really good stuff that's happening in paintball. I just want to get back out there, bro.
What's stopping you?
Nobody's going.
Like, do you really need people to go with you?
Yeah, because playing paintball by yourself is kind of weird.
I mean, other people are at the field, bro. Just saying.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like you'd rather go out there with your crew as opposed to going out there and just playing against rentals. Because they're not going to play the same way that what you're used to playing.
I was going to say, like, when I go, I think I want to go down to Joplin again and play, just based off of the, you know what I mean? Like, play out in the woods, have, like, a little castle. You know what I mean? Like, a bunch of people are going to go out there. Oh, okay, so they did. I was looking at I'm looking at the prices.
No.
So the 1.6 dropped down to $1,200.
Yeah, it did.
And the 2 is at $1,600.
Mm-hmm.
That's a ridiculous price that maybe y'all screwed up.
Well, it's like also they're all pre-sales right now. Like, there's no one has any of those.
Well, I mean, it was like that when you were shopping the ETHA 2 or after.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like, it was
everything went away, and then the price of my ETHA 2 went up. Which there's some customization that I want to do that ETHA. Like, I've seen some people, like, now that the ETHA 2 has been out for a while, because now the ETHA 3 just came out. But I think that
and the mechanical came out.
Yeah, I want to do.
The 3 is mechanical.
No, ETHA 3, they have a mechanical version and
that's
an electronic
right. They thinned it up.
Yeah. So I think I want to do. I want to have like a upper. I want to change or dip that, or have a different. I want it to be almost. I want it to be black and green.
Ooh, kind of green.
Like a emerald.
Like your truck green? Or?
Like an emerald green.
Emerald. Not a shiny green?
Not shiny, like super shiny green. I'd say more of a emerald candy, if you will. Like an emerald green.
Candy.
Candied emerald green.
You can't paint your gun emerald candy green.
Why?
Because then you'll eat it.
Maybe.
It says candy.
It's like,
candy. I'm in the woods. I am hungry. I wonder if I can eat my barrel.
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't really use the stock barrel anyway. So, I mean, unless you use the free kit.
True.
Which that's the other thing, too, the whole barrel system. I want to get that new barrel system.
They dropped the new barrel. It's basically the freak is what it is. Like, honestly, I think I like the shaft better anyway.
I don't think the freak the freak doesn't or has more options when it comes to barrel sizing. This one only has like 3 or 4 different sizes for it
at the moment. Because like most guns, like all PE's guns come with two inserts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so even with the shaft, you were getting 8.9 and like 8.7 or 9.1
too.
or
You get a 68, and that's what you get, and you're happy with it.
You know what I mean? Like, so most are on their upper end guns. You know what I mean? Like they're giving you 2 inserts with the barrel anyway, and but like with the freak, you know what I mean? Like that's just a bunch of different inserts, so it's a whole kit. So I think eventually they'll have the kit out, and then you can buy all the different inserts. You know what I mean? Like with the kit, so you'll be able to buy the kit because eventually, if this barrel system is any good, you know what I mean? Like people are going to want it. Like, why would I not want to put that on my 170? You know what I mean? Like, so they're going to eventually sell the kit. Because I've looked at the shaft a couple of times, but the problem, like, is Dye does it. Dye does the shafts. You know what I mean? Like, so, but the problem with that is like the backs. That's where the freak and the lock and the HK. You know what I mean? Like that's where with the inserts, it's just so much cheaper. You know what I mean? Like because you have the insert. You have a back where like Dyes is a back, and you know what I mean. Like the back is the sizer. What's it say? The thing's in my way, man. I heard that about Justin liking the shaft. Dang it, man! Where did you show up? You weren't here a minute ago. Oh, there you are. 718.
Just talking about freaks and shafts.
I am. I can't help myself, man. Gets a little out of control sometimes. Show up 18 minutes late and want to make you do make an entrance though. I will give you that, my friend. You do make an entrance.
You say he's late, which obviously because like he doesn't really do trucking, so I mean he's late.
He lives on flat. If he could truck, he would be a flatbedder.
Why you all show up late?
No, we're just used to open appointment times. Be here between 7 and 3, motherfucker. Shit.
That's the only allure that I would have for 5 days. I open appointment time.
But yeah, 9 to 5.
But all the other crap you have to deal with is not worth it.
What crap?
Strapping, tarping, all that crap. Calculation of what straps to put where, the chains, all of the crap. Like, nope, I'm rather just go in there, put a load bar, shut the door.
What I'll do is I'll get you some floaties. Right, we'll put them around your ankles and we'll fill them with water. So that way you feel like you're in the water and you can be like you're in the Navy when you did work and you did act like a man at the YMCA.
One, that's a completely different song, and number 2, yes, it may be from the same band, but it's still your stuff didn't make no sense at all.
It doesn't have to, man.
I wasn't even really in the ocean all that much in the Navy, which still makes no sense.
Definitely, right. Like you were definitely in Oklahoma.
I was in Oklahoma. I was in Guantanamo. I was in Greece.
Battle testing submarines in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Doing other stuff. But, yeah.
I like that story. I like battle testing.
Oh, yeah, the testing, the submarines.
I was battle testing submarines.
We'll say
I was a tail gunner on an F-14. That's a good story too.
That was a good story. We had a friend of ours that he was actually part of the first squadron that actually had the F-14, had the Tomcats, and he always said that he was a tail gunner on the F-14, and he used to get so many people. They're like, "Oh, really? Yep." Sat right there on the back and took people out until they realized they looked at the F-14 like. Where? Or he was
Don't worry about it.
Or he was a gunner on the space shuttle.
People don't know Top Gun was made after him.
Yeah. He was in the movie. He was getting those really wide shots from sitting between the engines.
The movie was based off of my life. Tom Cruise played me.
Dude, this one's seems like we're.
Well, we were going well until Timothy had to open his mouth.
Straps and chains are a conversation I did.
See, and here you go. Like
the kind of conversation I walk into.
Yeah. See, Dynasty won this weekend. Did you watch any of the Mid-Atlantic?
I didn't watch any of the Mid-Atlantic.
You suck.
I know. I wanted to.
I'm very close to becoming a subscriber to Go Sports.
Oh, yeah.
Very close. Because I'd be watching the free ones. And then I'm like, damn it, man. Like, it's over. Like, I'm not done watching, though.
But, like, they had the SummerSlam like this last weekend.
Oh, over there in Kansas?
Yep, in Kansas. Which they had a pretty decent layout. I guess that's what I think is what's getting me reminiscing on, because I started seeing a whole bunch of the layouts and everything like that they were putting out. And I was like, man, like I'm missing this. It's like all of our planning and preparation that went into it to like
game in the game.
Like I miss that stuff. It's like, and I was talking, we were talking about before that I would rather just jump right back into doing that, like as opposed to like going back and doing stuff in like the woods and at the castle and everything like that.
I just want to shoot paint. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely enjoy the inflatables more than, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy the hyperball aspect of it more than I do the wood stuff, but
right,
just playing anything at this point.
True.
If I can walk better.
You have any balls here?
Because all the shafts and chains and stuff.
Air
on my back.
True. We could have just cut this thing short if we had, like, we probably have one case of freaking paint here.
Oh, that paint is probably no good.
We got to clean our crap anyway, so I mean.
That'll probably blow the hell out of your gun.
But
that thing's probably going to crack on contact. I
either way.
I know there is paint in there, yes.
I mean, it's temperature controlled. Can't be any worse than we got at Outpost.
No, because Outpost always getting new cases, like new pallets.
Well, the thing is, they're always putting their stuff. They put their stuff in that freaking warehouse, which it got hot, and that crap would expand.
But the Dynasty won, apparently.
How was Russian Legion?
I don't know.
Wasn't Russian Legion in like the finals with them?
I don't know how I feel about. Presently, I think Russian Legion. They were. I looked at the standings earlier, and I think they were in like 8th. In total. I don't know where they placed them in the tournament because I didn't see any of their games.
I did see they played them in the semis.
I'm not sure how I feel about Dynasty right now.
Why?
Because they left HK and went back to JT.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, JT's an originator, man. Like, JT's old school.
It used to be one of their sponsors. I get it. But, like, used to be is the key word there, mofo. You know what I mean? Like, you had a sponsor that was digging you. You know what I mean? Like, rocking with you, hooking you up.
True.
And you roll out.
Well, I think that, because whenever I first started, I always thought that JT was like like a pinnacle. I thought that was before I knew anything about Planet Eclipse, HK, or any of that stuff. It was JT. So I mean, I think that they're
like JT's still, I would say, still to this day more of a. You know what I mean? Like more than Planet Eclipse or anybody is more the beginner consumer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they are definitely on the lower end of the budget. You know what I mean? Like they are definitely more budget friendly than.
True.
A lot of the other ones.
Yeah, that's true. But also maybe it's because that's what I saw all the time just from doing rentals was the JT masks and the ProFlex.
Right. They're a little cheap ass gun.
I remember the JT gun. I remember always playing with
all the ones that whatchamacallit are JTs.
Outpost? The Tippmann 98s.
Those were all JTs. They definitely had the cheaper.
Oh, look at that. I could have sworn they had the Tippmanns.
They got into a few
Old
Tippmanns
reliable.
or whatever, but JT was the big one. They're just more. I mean, I think that's what the sport's missing as people try to say we're trying to grow the sport. I mean, I think that's same thing with hockey. You know what I mean? Like it's just too expensive to play. You know what I mean? Like so, yeah, I want to get into it, but in order to actually be efficient here, I'm gonna have to spend like $800-900 just to be in the. And that's a cheap gun, a tank. You know what I mean? Like just think about what the ether costs, and that's on a low end. You know what I mean? Like, and you can get something mechanical, but then you're going out and playing against a bunch of dudes with the trigger. You know what I mean?
With an electric gun that
right? Like
yeah, that's not going to end well for you. No, unless you can get your finger to
really
fast.
Unless you're playing somebody that is, you know what I mean? Like that is in that senses of.
Well, a tactical shooter.
You know what I mean? Like for me, like when we were playing the rentals, like when we played against each other, and I was head up with a rental. Like I would one tap them. I would never. You know what I mean? Like, where's the fun in that? You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of people don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
turn it up. We're shooting 22 balls a second. You can go 1.
Take that. So, don't want to ruin people's good times. You know what I mean? Like, but a lot of people will. You know what I mean? Like, well, I'm having a good time. Like, good for you, dude. Like, but I mean, if you're really that talented at the game, you shouldn't need it. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
you shouldn't need to ramp up on dudes with. If you're playing a one-shotter, like it's when we were practicing one time, I went and played with those kids or whatever, and they were super nervous because they thought I'd start ramping on them.
Right.
Like, man, I just want to play. Like, everybody over there talking and stuff. I want to play. If you guys are playing, can I play too?
Yeah. Well, yes. There was a lot of fun with it, but regardless, we got to get back out there and do it.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
But
I saw. We had a bad day today or the other day when the daughter sent this to the wife.
Did she hurt herself again?
What the fuck, bro?
Oh.
What the fuck?
Oh
my god, bro.
That's our trailer?
Happening, bro.
One of our trailers?
This ain't fucking happening. This ain't fucking happening, bro.
Hey, first of all, like, dude, it's already happened.
Right.
So.
Oh my fucking god.
Yep, it's ours.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, they turned that nuts so well. Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, a little boo-boo.
Yeah, that's a little boo-boo. Like, yeah, you're missing your front headlight. You're missing a few things. That's not good.
No.
Watch your mirrors.
Watch your mirrors.
Wide.
Take it wide. Use more space than what you think you need. If you think you got enough and there's more, take it.
Yeah.
No such thing as too wide of a turn.
And you can't turn these things like a car. And I've told students that on a constant basis, it's ridiculous. Why should I have to keep telling you, don't turn it like a car? It's like even the truck, just bobtail, is bigger than any car you've ever driven.
Habits die hard, man.
They need to die.
But they die hard.
Sometimes habits die on a pole.
Or on the front end of a truck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's the thing is you need to be concerned and nervous during every turn. You need to be concerned and nervous about everything you do, man. Like, you need to be concerned and nervous about just based off of, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you keep like, I tell my students when it comes to like backing and stuff like that, like the thing that makes me good at this is I know it's not going in the hole.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm looking for all the mistakes so I can adjust for them. You know what I mean? Like, and put it in the hole.
True.
But right out the gate, there's no guarantee this thing's going in.
No.
I got backed up today, dropping off that trailer today. You know what I mean? Like, with a little bit of struggle. She was a little tight. You know what I mean? The spot was a little tight. It was a little blonde-sidey. You know what I mean? Like, but we got her done.
Oh, flatbedder actually backed up.
Shoot. When we back up, son, we back up. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
y'all talk this jazz, man. We'll take a trip down to Tamco. You know what I mean? Like, you can back into one of them docks anytime you want, man.
That's fine. I can do it.
We can do it.
I can do it.
We can do it.
But it's like that was always the stigma for the longest time, is that the flatbedders don't back up. Like you guys say, it's like just going in circles at the truck stop, waiting for a pull through or parking on the curb.
They told us the easiest spot to back into is the one you pull through.
Mm-hmm.
I know I looked like a doofus last night at the place that I stayed because I did pull into that spot. But the reality of pulling into that spot is the hill was like that. And so I like for my head to be up, not down.
Well, you could always.
And I had the space. Like, the thing that makes me okay with pulling in, as long as I have the space to back out, right? Like, not this, it's questionable. You know what I mean? Like, as long as nobody's there, you know what I mean? Like, there was no other parking spots between me and the scale, and I could back straight up to the scale. You know what I mean? Like, and I had full intentions of somebody being parked by the scale, but even at that, I could have made the bend and got out of there. But that's how I make the judgment of whether or not I'll pull in or back in. You know what I mean? Like, if I can pull in, I'm going to pull in, though, if the hill tells me.
Right.
Like, that's how I base whether I back up or pull in, is whether or not, like, what the hill looks like. And then as long as I have the space to be able to pull in, you know what I mean? Like, then I'm pulling in. If I can't pull into the spot clean, you know what I mean? Like, then I'm not pulling into it. Like, if I got to pull in, back up, you ever see them dudes? And it's like, dude, you're fighting an uphill fucking battle here. What are you doing?
What we could talk about is
Uh-oh.
the instructors questioning examiners.
Oh, I heard about that today.
Yeah.
Heard about that.
It's like, dude, it's like you want to question an examiner, and then you want to question an auditor, which makes no sense. I mean, like, it's like your dude failed. There's nothing of what you can do at that time after he's already failed for you to fight the case in order for he ended up passing. It's not going to happen. So the thing is, it's like, dude, just take it, move forward. It's like that crap, like then trying to be aggressive and be stupid when you have enough people out there that tell you that you're stupid and you don't want to listen.
Yeah. Well, man, when you do your pre-trip, it's very simple. Like, especially when it comes to like the in-cab, I say, man, there's three questions you got to answer.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Why are you doing it? And when will that happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm going to pump the brake. Why? To make sure,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like my warning light buzzer comes on.
Right.
When will that happen? At or above 60 PSI.
Right.
You have to explain this thing.
Well,
Man. Like
when
you
I
can't
tell
just assume that the examiner knows what you're doing and why you're doing it. The idea is to make sure you know what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Well, I
You know
tell
what I mean?
my
Like,
people,
so verbalize what you're doing and why you're doing it.
what I tell my people is this. I'm like, what I want you to do is I want you to pretend that
Just make sure it was locked.
I say, what I want you to do is I want you to pretend that examiner that's sitting over in that passenger seat is a student and you're telling him how to do it.
Right. Or he's the biggest idiot you know. Right.
Or
That's
she.
what I tell them on the 5x5s.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to act like they're the stupidest person you know. You know,
True.
like,
So just look at it like that. Like that's the way you need to do it. There's a certain way you have to do it, and there's, especially when it comes to that, you need to do it exactly how they do it or how they tell you to do it.
right.
It's like to me that's the most important part of the whole dang test is that pre-trip.
You have to be incisive and understanding to what it is you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You got to know. You have to prove you know what you're doing. Like I've had one student, man. I love the dude, man. He was lickety split with everything. But like, let's just say you get pulled into a scale house, right? Mm-hmm. You're never going to do pre-trip like this again.
No.
So when you get pulled in as a level 1, they're not going to ask for your pre-trip. They're going to say, hey, like, go ahead and go to bay 1. They're going to do the pre-trip for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're going to look over your truck. And then they're going to find an airline that's leaking or something.
Yep.
And then they're going to write you a nice ticket for that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so if that airline is leaking, are we sure you did your pre-trip?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so you have to, and what are you supposed to say? Like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to check that. How did you get your license? You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're checking. The examiner is just checking that you know what you're looking at and why you're looking at it. Like, what is the purpose of you doing what you're doing right now? Why are you looking at this?
Right. The biggest thing, or people, what they end up doing the most, especially when they're at a roadside stop, is they will say, "Oh, that just happened. Oh, that just happened down the road."
Well, dude,
like,
that did happen to me though.
But like, there's sometimes that yes, it does happen. But if you go underneath there and you see that literally your brake chamber is so rusted that it's freaking.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, like, oh, that just happened down the road, or a bolt, or that's in your tire.
I'll tell you what, they don't. Even if it happened to you right down the road, they don't care.
They don't.
You know what I mean? Like, I got
you're in violation when they looked at it.
I was on some back road, and there was an accident. I mean, the accident just happened,
mm-hmm.
and so there's a whole bunch of debris on the ground and stuff, and we had to go over it.
Right.
And I caught a piece of glass in my tire.
Mm-hmm.
Half a mile down the street is a scale house, and the tire's flat. You know what I mean? Like, I got a ticket for that, and they could literally see the accident from the scale house. You know what I mean? Like, and they're like, don't care. You know what I mean? Like, your truck is right. You rolled through it. You should have done something. You know what I mean? Like, they have 101 things that will say, you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, you should have known better. Oh,
right.
and you didn't. So, you know what I mean? Like, it comes down to, you have to do your pre-trip. You have to explain. You can't just assume that they know how or what you're going to do. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's very simple. Like, most of the time, the complication comes from you complicating the situation.
True.
Stupid people.
Going on this onto another one, just to make a conversation on it.
Are you charting the land to get me fired again?
No.
Well,
I was going to say,
I'm more chatty about it now. I've been there. I was there today.
Because
I'm definitely more chatty about it today.
Because I've been watching a lot of like donut media, which isn't. I'm not eating donuts.
Yeah, you are.
I do, but that's not what it's about. It's not.
What is donut media though?
Donut media is a car culture channel on YouTube.
What the hell is car culture?
Culture when you're into tuning cars. It's car culture. You're into cars.
Are you part of a cult?
No, but they talk about the different cars. They talk about which ones are the better cars. They talk about like maintenance on these things and everything like that. They've been doing a lot of really big content. But like, what would be your dream car?
Ooh. Oh. I'm not into cars like that.
You said, ooh, like you're going to be like, wait a minute.
Ooh, like my dream car.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't dream about cars.
Well, it's like, what was the one car, like if you had an unlimited amount of money, what would be the car that you would go out and get?
I have no idea.
Out of any era.
Oh, that doesn't even matter to me.
Really?
Nope.
I would not.
Like I'm not a my old boss when I was much younger had a what was it, a 69 Stingray?
Ooh.
Yeah, must have been that one. Because everybody said that. And when they saw it, they were like, oh, and I mean, it was pristine. It was a very pretty car. Like it looked brand new. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, it's a car. It looked kind of funky to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more of a sporty kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, so I'd probably lean towards the Lambo Ferrari side of things or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know. Like, I'd have to get in one to drive one. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't want to do that now because I can never afford one. Like, I'm not going to go fake test drive one just to drive one. You know what I mean? Like, I almost got to drive a Bentley once.
Ooh.
But my brother car blocked me.
If you go to
Thanks, Dan.
Go to that fireworks store, they have a Bentley in the front. But this just shows you how expensive fireworks are.
Bentley Coupes. It was a Bentley Coupe.
Oh, okay.
It was Kim's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I was going to take her somewhere. She was going to let me drive. My brother was like, no, you're not. And I'm like, you son of a...
Because he had money on the line.
Look, what was going on? Mine and her conversation wasn't his.
Well, but your conversation could affect his money.
How? She was talking to me. She wasn't like, oh, Dan's little brother. She said, Dutch, what, you want to go for a ride? You know what I mean? Like what, me? What, ride? Look, you know what I mean? Like, I posed for pictures for when she went to jail, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Just saying. You know what I mean? Like, our conversation had nothing to do with his business.
But if you guys were to get into a wreck,
that's what she got insurance for.
That would affect his business.
That's what she's got insurance for.
Especially if you had a Biggie situation.
And bro, Biggie was dead by then.
That's what I'm saying. You had a Biggie situation.
Like I was going, like, Boo, let me tell you, man, like I was down the Henry Hudson anyway. You know what I mean? Like I didn't need, like, that car just would have made it a lot quicker. Like there was no, in all the years that I've been driving, man, I've been in one accident. Like officially, like legally, that I was, you know what I mean? Like anything prior to that was no give a what's.
You could say you could fucking cuss on the shit.
I know, but
because it sounds dumb whenever you try to pull it back.
No, I was trying to think of a better word, like a better way to phrase it. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, like it was pre-license days. We'll say that. Like any other accident was pre-license days, and that one was, I was coming up and the light was green, but it was one of those hills. You know what I mean? Like, so the light had just turned green, so everybody on the other side of the hill was still stopped. Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh. And so I hit the turning lane. We're doing like 80 in a 45. So I hit like the turning lane. I'm starting to slow down a little bit. And this van out of nowhere just decides, oh, I'm going to go right. You know what I mean? Like, and it was like, ah, you know what I mean? Like, and I bounced off the side of him a little bit.
The only wreck I had was,
and that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've landed cars in people's like living rooms. You know what I mean? Like
the 2 wrecks that I've had involved my dad's Mustang, both of them. So, I mean, one was wrecking the Mustang, doing dumps. It wasn't really wrecking it, but doing something I shouldn't have been doing. And then the other one is I had a Jeep and I backed out of the driveway, upset, and hit his Roush.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
apparently I run into Mustangs.
All the ones where I landed in people's houses,
we're
ditches, and all that other good stuff was more pre-license days.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, strong backing builds character. That's where we were. And it's like RA telling you to go to the TA, and there's a scale before and after you blow a tire. Yeah. If it's a serving Kool-Aid, don't drink. Shut up, Tim. Drink my Kool-Aid. You drinking my Kool-Aid right now and watching my channel.
Because he knows you're part of the cult, man. You done told us you're part of the car cult.
Like 81 Shovelhead Harley Davidson. Your flatbedders are all about your motorcycles there, buddy.
All about my motorcycles?
No, I said flatbedders are all about those motorcycles, buddy. I said you're flatbedders.
Oh, he was a biker before he was a flatbedder. There's a difference, man. You can't turn into that after the fact.
69 Camaro SS. That's a pretty good car. That's an expensive car.
He likes 69.
The Camaro, I'm a big 67 Mustang fan. I'm a big fan of Eleanor, but the SS Camaro like that.
Come here, ho. Got that 69. Come here, ho.
How much would we have a CDL question. Okay. How much would a trainer
is that a unicorn?
Yes. That's actually My Pretty Pony. I'm not sure if that's actually a unicorn. All
right, don't be bringing no unicorns up in here. All right, how much would a trainer expect a new CDL student to know coming in?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, if they were intelligent, they would expect them to know nothing.
Yeah. So it's like knowing it's like you're coming into this. We know that you guys are coming into this with little to no experience and little to no knowledge. But I mean, there's some people that go, they do look at the pre-trip.
Should act like you have very little knowledge. Are you sure they're not a trainer?
Yeah.
How do you know Daniel Sykes is not a trainer?
I wouldn't honestly. How much do I expect a new CDL student to come in with? Absolutely.
What
nothing.
if a trainer is asking that?
Absolutely.
You said you guys. We're expecting you guys. Blah blah blah. How do you know Daniel Sykes is not a trainer?
Any student that comes in, I would say I would expect them not to know anything about.
But if you're a trainer, then you're foolish to expect the student to know anything. And if you're a student, you're foolish to think that you know anything. Boom. Bam.
Still nervous. See, watch him. He's a student.
They are a student.
Which I saw that beforehand.
I'm still nervous about driving and avoiding the curb. Just stay wide.
Yeah. Start wide and wide.
Straight, and turn.
Square off your turns.
Bubble hook them if you gotta. You know what I mean? Like,
but
whatever makes you feel safe at the end of the day.
Instead of coming up to an intersection and you just turning, go straight up.
And putting your trailer in the
cut it
in the hood of somebody's truck.
Start wide, end wide. Ride the curb out until your trailer clears the intersection.
There's no such thing as too wide of a turn.
Nope.
So take it straight out. Go to the other side of the road if you feel you need it. Take the space you think you need. Look at the space that you think you need, and then add to that. And then eventually you'll start to learn to see. You know what I mean? Like
that trailer will start talking to you.
Right. You'll start to get it after time. But time is the big thing. So I'd rather have more space and not need it than need more space and not have it.
True. Or a 69 Caddy hearse.
Ooh, Caddyshack was a good movie though.
I saw that the other day.
And what is with everybody in 69s today?
Apparently, it was a really good year
for vehicles.
80 or 81 was the AMF years at Harley. I was doing Harley stuff.
Hey, your car makes that noise too. Are you sure you want to ask these guys for trucking advice? Fitz would try to drive his truck through the drive-thru. That's a fact, though.
I would not, because I've questioned it.
You see, you've thought about it. You have thought in a dire need, like your ankle was broken, you couldn't get out. You would probably try to drive around, be on the outskirts of the thing, and throw shit at the thing to try to get their attention. Hey, I'm trying to make an order.
So I call Uber Eats. Just call Uber Eats and be like, hey, okay, where are you at? In the parking lot of the place you're going. like I've literally walked up to a drive-through. I did it at Panda Express because the truck can't go through the drive-through, so I parked in the parking lot and then walked up to the drive-through and just knocked on the drive-through window.
Yeah, because they're closed.
Yeah, their inside was all closed. I'm like, knock, knock. I'm like, hey, you want me to go all the way back to the ordering box? I'll go back there, but I'm walking back up here.
There's no vehicle to be had.
Anyway, yep, there. Pegasus. It's a Pegasus. Yep.
All right, as long as it's not a unicorn, because we hunt them. Quest them. I'm sorry.
1975 K5 Blazer with a diesel.
75. We're getting closer. 4 more years.
With the Blazers, though, those were really known for because I believe those things came with a 350 Chevy in it.
So deeming as you went with a 1975 something Blazer, what's your opinion on the new one?
Garbage.
I wasn't asking you.
Anybody that's a fan of the Blazer will tell you that the new Trailblazer is garbage.
I'm just asking.
Back me up here, Peg Leg. You know
I'm asking. I asked Peg Leg. I didn't ask you. I asked Pegs. You know what I mean? Like
Pegs is going to tell you that.
Okay,
garbage.
tell me, Pegs. Talk to me, bro.
Thanks for the advice. No problem, man.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're supposed to be.
Exactly.
We do a lot of other things, but that's what we're supposed to be here for.
But if you plan on coming to Prime, let us know. We'll do all what we can for you, man. Yeah, 69 was a good year. Yes. Why do I have to try to translate for Tennessee?
What do you mean? Like, how could you not read that?
It says your
year. He abbreviated year. Mister, like, how did I know that and you didn't?
I know it, but I'm looking at it just like,
I gotta say something because it's an FPG guy.
Yep.
Always trying to bring up that turf war, dog.
Yep.
You don't want none of this FPG.
You were part of the other gang first. Yep.
What?
You were part of the other gang first, weren't you?
Not by choice. Y'all kidnapped me.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you told me why you went flatbed.
No.
It was out of spite.
No, you have to go. You have to go back. First and foremost, I applied to Prime in the flatbed division, and they told me they didn't run flatbed out of Delaware. So at that moment in time, I did not take the job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I waited for other flatbed companies that I applied for, but I had most of my experience from the lady. You know what I mean? Like, and she went out of business, and so nobody could get in contact with her, and so you know what I mean? Like Prime was the only people that would take me. But they would only take me in the reefer division because I had reefer experience. Mm-hmm. Because that's all I pulled prior to being.
Your bullshit bores me.
It's not bullshit. That's how I got here. They wouldn't let me. I applied to Prime for flatbed. They said nay, fluffy.
The GM is now Government Motors. If that says anything about the vehicles, they're all Biden approved. Wow. Blazers are meant to have a high ground clearance. The Trailblazers, Fitz said, is garbage. Yep, the new one is garbage.
Is that what they call it, a Trailblazer?
Yeah.
They don't call it the Blazer?
No.
Because the Trailblazer, like before, there was a Trailblazer. Like I could have swore there was one that a friend of mine drove, and that like it never tried to be a Blazer. It tried to be like the family version of a Blazer.
That's what it
kind of like the PT Cruiser to
the first Blazer. It was a Trailblazer. Like the Blazers initially the K5, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong, Peg Leg, but they were initially called. They were they were Trailblazer. They just shortened it to Blazer.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing
was,
the newer one, even the one that was in the early 2000s, really wasn't a trail. It didn't look like the Blazer at all. And now when they went into this new one looks like a crossover. It's like I think it's they should name it something completely different than a Trailblazer.
Yeah. Like they're too big on trying to bring things back. Like, oh, we're gonna bring this back. No, like you killed it. Like exactly. It's over. Let it go.
Like the new Mustang. The new Mustang's an electric vehicle and looks like a crossover.
Yeah, like that's what got me is that like it doesn't look anything. The electric Mustang doesn't look anything like a Mustang.
No, it doesn't. And the thing was, you're pissing.
Absolutely not.
You're pissing on that entire that people that are big Mustang fans run really, really deep.
They should call that the pony. They should bring that back.
The pony car? Oh, the pony? Yeah. But
I rode in one of those things, man. I was like, this really exists? Like, that seems like the dumbest thing ever.
But it's like
but it was definitely a pony, that is for sure.
And it's I don't understand what Ford was thinking, but that does not like that is just like pissing on the entire like that whole culture.
I wouldn't be mad if they made the electric Mustang. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be mad if they made an electric Mustang, right? Like you're not gonna be mad about that because from my understanding, Tesla is tearing mofos up.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so I wouldn't be mad at that. But you didn't make it look anything like a Mustang.
No. It was like taking a Corvette and making it into a minivan.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. So I thought it was a joke.
You know,
when
like,
it came out, it's like,
Mustang
this is the Mustang.
Freestar.
It's like
The Ford Mustang /
Freestar. It's like, I'm confused on this. It looks like an Escape, but it has Mustang badging on it. It looks like somebody. Remember back in the day when people used to buy the Chevy or the Silverados, and they would take and put the rear of a Corvette on them, where they had the Corvette lights on the back of the freaking Chevy or the trucks.
Sure.
Look it up. But that was a big thing that people used to do back in the day. So it's like, I think it's almost kind of like somebody ended up getting a crossover. They didn't want a crossover. They wanted a Mustang. So they got all the Mustang emblems and put them on their crossover.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. It looks like garbage.
You could have just said that.
Just because you don't know what I'm talking about.
I just feel like there was no need for the rest of the explanation.
The new one says Blazer. Yeah, see, it says Blazer. There's a miniature Suburban. Yeah, it's called a Tahoe. See, I'd rather buy a Kia.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a Kia.
This is correct. K signified 4-wheel drive, and V stood for 2-wheel drive. Yeah. K5. So K5 Blazer.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm a smart people.
Have you seen the new 23 Silverado electric? Well, see, okay. There's a different, when you look at the Silverado electric and you look at even like the new Ford, they call it, that wasn't the Lightning, where they called it, that it's a truck, but they completely named it something different. It wasn't
It's the F-150.
Yeah, it's still the F-150, but this was, you literally like it.
Look, the truck is fine. You know what I mean? Like, and again, the F-150 looks like the F-150.
True.
It's just electric.
Right.
The Silverado looks like the Silverado. It's just electric.
Let's look at it. Let's just make
the
sure.
Mustang, you know what I mean? Like, does not look like the Mustang.
Nope. Let's see here. Let's see. 23 Silverado electric.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I did not sleep well. Oh.
But that's still a truck.
Almost looks like the Avalanche.
In a way it does. I mean, but the thing is, if you look at it, it's still a truck. The thing is with the Mustang, it don't look like a sports car.
Well, bring that up so just in case people haven't seen it. Because I didn't know anything about it. One of my students was mad he didn't buy one when they bought a car. And I'm like, and then he showed me one. Like it was out on the road. And I'm like, that's a Mustang? Like that's what threw me off. It's my passion about it. The new electric Mustang is very much like an In-N-Out burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you said yeah, bro. Run the tape back.
No.
Run the tape back.
It upset me.
Oh, the wife is home. Boys are going nuts.
That is the new Mustang. Ooh, that way. That does not look like a Mustang. That looks like it does look like a Kia.
You definitely got to turn it.
What?
Turn it more. No, not that. I'm saying the picture itself. Like that is a better. That is a better no.
Like, see, it's a crossover. That thing might as well say it looks like a Honda.
Like at that point, you're trying to make a Mustang class. You know what I mean? Like
that, and that there is a Mustang.
Yes.
That looks like a flipping Mustang. It's just like, man, I don't get that crap. But we're getting towards the end of it. It's an hour and 4 minutes. So Hey, we appreciate you guys tuning. Huh?
And it looks good.
Yeah, it looks better than what they did.
It looks like an avalanche, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like the way they put that thing on the back end,
Right.
made it look more like an avalanche, which is cool. Like it'd be cool if they called it an avalanche, especially since I heard they're going to win the Stanley Cup.
And gas engines are better for the ecosystem than electric vehicles.
This is true, because they're saying what it takes to make them. You know what I mean? Like,
look at the back
of the whatchamacallit.
It still looks like a Silverado, though. Yeah,
Sorry.
I wouldn't buy that shit.
Which one? We showed you a couple of vehicles now.
We were really
Timmy
talking
Turbo 2.
We really were talking about the Mustang, though. He popped up when we were talking about the Mustang.
Well, he came up after look at the back, and that was, I'm pretty sure, because he's the one that brought up the Silverado. So I'm guessing he was talking about that. But you forgot what you were doing, didn't you?
Nope. It's not showing me. Oh. What am I looking at?
The back of the Silverado.
I am looking at the back of Silverado.
I don't know. I can't see it. It definitely looks like the Avalanche.
Yeah, definitely looks like an Avalanche. But it
Did
looks
they do
more
what
like a
Ford
truck.
did? How Ford does those commercials where they can power.
Your house?
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I like that. But, all right, guys. We're going to get out of here.
No, the rusted.
What? The hell is a Rustin?
No, we didn't look at the back of it. If you're talking about the Wu-Tang, no, the rust.
Oh, no, the rust. What?
Still don't know what the hell you're talking
Oh,
about.
the Mustang.
That's what I thought.
Mustang. Okay.
The Mustang.
The rear looks weird. But anyway.
Still looks like a crossover.
Yeah. We're going to get out of here, guys. Hope you guys drive safe for the week.
Well, he's going to get out of here. I live here.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be here if you guys need me.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. This is going to be Primetime Fitz and Justin. We are out of here.